The hip-hop world and the sports arena just collided in the most explosive, unbelievable disaster in recent memory. And if you thought you had seen every wild celebrity storyline this year, prepare to have your mind completely blown. We have watched Papoose navigate fierce lyrical rivalries, public media storms, and high-profile industry drama. But what just went down behind the velvet ropes of an ultra-exclusive Hollywood VIP lounge has pushed this whole saga straight off a cliff. Rumors are officially burning through every social media feed after shocking reports surfaced that Papoose completely lost his cool, not with a rap rival, not with an internet troll, but with his own partner, undisputed multi-division boxing champion Claressa Shields, and who was standing right in the center of this absolute chaos, flashing that trademark million-dollar smirk. None other than Hollywood superstar and legendary instigator Michael B. Jordan. Word on the street is that Papoose walked into a private lounge only to catch Claressa and Michael looking way too comfortable, leading to a fiery confrontation that spiraled out of control so fast that security couldn't even react in time. Did Papoose actually cross the ultimate line and attack Claressa after losing his composure over Michael B. Jordan? Or are we watching the most unhinged, carefully orchestrated publicity nightmare in the history of celebrity pop culture? Grab your popcorn, turn up your volume, and lock in, because we are breaking down every single layer of this insane scandal right now. The details we've uncovered will leave you speechless. To truly grasp the sheer scale of the meltdown that occurred in the early hours of Sunday morning, you have to understand the dynamic between these three massive personalities before the champagne bottles started flying. On one side of this bizarre love triangle, you have Papoose, a man who has spent the last 2 decades positioning himself as the ultimate underground rap philosopher, the undisputed guardian of street credibility, and a master of high dictionary vocabulary. He is a man who treats his personal life like a fortress, constantly preaching about loyalty, royalty, and absolute authority over his empire. Then you have Claressa Shields, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. A woman whose fists are registered lethal weapons and whose confidence could shatter bulletproof glass. She is not someone who sits quietly in the corner or asks for permission to shine. Claressa moves through the highest circles of sports and entertainment with the swagger of a queen who knows she could literally knock out half the men in the room without breaking a sweat. And then, stepping smoothly into the frame like a movie character designed specifically to cause chaos, is Michael B. Jordan. He is Hollywood royalty, an A-list heartthrob, and a man who has mastered the subtle art of driving hip-hop purists completely insane simply by existing in the same physical space as their partners. Michael possesses that effortless, photogenic charm that makes headlines every single time he smiles in the general direction of a camera. For years, there has been an unspoken, icy-cold subtext running between Papoose and the Hollywood elite. Papoose views himself as a traditional, uncompromising alpha ruler, while Michael B. Jordan represents the slick, smooth-talking, ultra-glamorous world of red carpets and effortless charisma. Insiders have always whispered that Papoose felt a deep-seated insecurity whenever his world intersected with the pretty boy aesthetics of Hollywood's leading men. He prides himself on being real, but in the high-stakes world of celebrity status, real often clashes with glamorous. The tension had been building for months. Sources close to Papoose claim he had grown increasingly agitated with Claressa's growing fame and her expanding circle of A-list friends. He wanted the throne, but he wanted it on his terms. Claressa, however, was transcending the sports world, becoming a global icon who was invited to the most exclusive parties where Papoose wasn't always the primary guest on the list. This power shift was a ticking time bomb. The stage for this catastrophic collision was set at an ultra-exclusive, invitation-only after-party hosted at a hidden subterranean lounge in downtown Los Angeles. This was not your average club night where regular people pay for bottle service. This was a gathering of the top 1% of the entertainment industry, where phones were strictly confiscated at the door, non-disclosure agreements were signed on digital pads, and security was handled by elite private personnel. The atmosphere was thick with ego, expensive perfume, and the kind of secrets that could destroy careers in a heartbeat. And in that dark, velvet-draped room, the fuse was finally lit. According to multiple high-level industry insiders who were lurking in the shadows of the VIP section, Claressa Shields arrived at the venue earlier in the evening looking like an absolute $1,000,000. She was holding court in a private booth, surrounded by high-profile athletes and music executives. She was in her element, laughing, sipping premium tequila, and soaking in the energetic atmosphere. Meanwhile, Papoose was reportedly delayed at another venue, handling business meetings, leaving Claressa unattended in one of the most high-stakes social environments in the world for nearly 2 hours. Enter Michael B. Jordan around 1 in the morning. He glided into the VIP section like he owned the building. His eyes locked onto the booth where the champ was holding court. Witnesses claim that Michael walked directly over to Claressa's table, slid into the booth right beside her, and initiated a conversation that instantly shifted the entire temperature of the room. Within minutes, the two of them were leaning in close to hear each other over the heavy bass, laughing hysterically, and engaging in body language that looked undeniably intimate to anyone watching from afar. Claressa was throwing her head back in laughter, touching Michael's shoulder, and whispering in his ear, while Michael had his signature dimpled smile on full display. To a neutral observer, it looked like a scene straight out of a romantic drama film. But to anyone who knew Papoose was on his way, it looked like a catastrophe waiting to detonate. Word of this interaction spread through the lounge like wildfire. And right on cue, at approximately 1:45 in the morning, the heavy leather doors of the VIP entrance swung open. Papoose stepped into the room, expecting to see his partner waiting for him like the royal court he always envisions. Instead, his eyes landed squarely on the corner booth. There stood Claressa Shields, completely lost in conversation, sharing an extraordinarily close moment with Michael B. Jordan, who was casually resting his arm along the back of the plush leather sofa directly behind her head. The atmospheric drop in that room was instant. Papoose froze. For 5 agonizing seconds, nobody moved. Then Michael B. Jordan did the absolute worst thing possible. He slowly let out a relaxed smirk, raised his glass in a quiet toast toward Papoose, and took a slow sip. That tiny, arrogant gesture was the equivalent of throwing a lit match into a room filled with gasoline. Papoose snapped. He pushed past his own security team, marching straight toward the booth with a look in his eyes that eyewitnesses described as pure, unadulterated madness. He reached the edge of the table and leaned right over Claressa, pointing an aggressive finger directly into Michael B. Jordan's face. The words that came out of his mouth were raw, guttural threats, demanding to know exactly what Michael thought he was doing with his woman. Michael B. Jordan slowly stood up, keeping his hands in his pockets, remaining shockingly composed. He looked Papoose up and down and reportedly muttered, "You need to control your domestic situation instead of barking at guests, man." That was the exact moment the verbal confrontation turned into a violent nightmare. Papoose lunged forward across the table, knocking over crystal glasses and champagne buckets, trying to get his hands around Michael's collar. Claressa Shields immediately stepped into the pocket to physically grab Papoose and shove him back. She screamed at him to back off, telling him he was making a fool of himself. But here is the first shocking twist. As Papoose was being restrained by security, he screamed out a revelation that silenced the entire club. He didn't just accuse them of flirting, he screamed, "I know about the contract, Claressa. I know he's the one who bought your way out of our management deal." The room went dead silent. Was this entire fight even about romance? Or was it about a secret, backdoor business betrayal that Papoose had just discovered? The fallout from the contract scream sent shockwaves through the lounge, but the drama was only just beginning. As Papoose was forcibly removed from the building, kicking and screaming threats at the Hollywood elite, the digital world was already starting to hemorrhage information. Despite the phone ban, somehow, somewhere a recording device had been active. By 4 a.m., a grainy 30-second audio clip began circulating on encrypted Telegram channels and private Discord servers. In the clip, you can clearly hear Papoose's voice, distorted by rage, yelling about betrayal and Hollywood money. But then a second voice, calm, cool, and unmistakably belonging to Michael B. Jordan, says something that changed the entire narrative. He can be heard saying, "It's not my fault you can't provide the platform she deserves. She's a global star, you're a local legend. Know the difference." The internet went into a total state of emergency. Papoose vs. MBJ began trending worldwide. But then came the second shocking reveal that no one saw coming. A high-profile celebrity blogger posted a series of deleted flight manifests and hotel receipts that suggested Claressa Shields and Michael B. Jordan hadn't just met that night. They had been seen together at a private luxury resort in Tulum 3 weeks prior, during a time when Papoose was publicly posting about their unbreakable bond on Instagram. Was Michael B. Jordan actually acting as a secret agent for a rival management firm? Or was he playing the role of the other man in a high-stakes affair? The narrative shifted from a simple jealous outburst to a complex web of corporate espionage and romantic infidelity. As the sun rose on Sunday, Papoose's social media went completely dark. No posts, no stories, no cryptic quotes. This was out of character for a man who usually has an opinion on everything. Meanwhile, Michael B. Jordan's publicist released a short, incredibly vague statement. Mr. Jordan was at the event to discuss a film project. Any physical altercation was unprovoked and is being handled by legal counsel. Notice how he didn't deny the intimacy? Notice how he didn't defend Papoose's character? But the escalation didn't stop there. By midday, a video surfaced from a bystander's hidden camera outside the club. It showed Claressa Shields leaving the venue not in her own car, and not with Papoose's security, but in a blacked-out SUV that had been waiting for Michael B. Jordan. The video shows her looking distraught, her hair disheveled, but she gets into the car willingly. The question on everyone's lips was, where did that car go? And why did the undisputed champion of the world choose to leave with the man who just caused her partner to have a mental breakdown? The industry was reeling. If Papoose was right about a secret contract, then his career was in jeopardy. If he was wrong, his sanity was. The social media landscape became a battlefield. The Papoose loyalists and the MBJ crusaders were at each other's throats. On Twitter, the hashtag Team Papoose was filled with people defending the rapper, claiming that any man would react that way if he saw his woman being disrespected by a Hollywood shark. One viral tweet read, "Papoose is a king. He saw the snakes in the grass and he reacted. MBJ is a homewrecker with a script." However, the tide was quickly turning against him. The Free Claressa movement exploded, with fans pointing out that Papoose's behavior was a textbook example of toxic insecurity. "She's a world-class athlete, not his property," one prominent sports commentator posted. "If she wants to talk to a movie star about her career, she shouldn't have to worry about her partner turning into a maniac in public." Then the celebrities started weighing in. 50 Cent, never one to miss a chance to stir the pot, posted a photo of Michael B. Jordan from the movie Creed with the caption, "Papoose, I told you these Hollywood guys move different. You playing checkers, they playing IMAX. LOL." The post got 500,000 likes in an hour before being mysteriously deleted. Drake reportedly liked a comment on a gossip page that suggested Michael B. Jordan was just doing what needed to be done. The subtext was clear. The industry elite were siding with Michael, viewing Papoose as an outsider who had overstayed his welcome in the A-list circle. But the most damaging reaction came from the boxing world. Promoters began whispering that Claressa's upcoming multi-million-dollar fight deal was now under review due to the negative publicity and the potential legal complications involving her management. If Papoose truly was standing in the way of her career, the industry was ready to steamroll him to protect their golden girl. The debate shifted to the contract Papoose mentioned. Investigative fans started digging into Claressa's recent filings. They found a shell company registered in Delaware just 2 months ago. A company that listed Michael B. Jordan's production house as a strategic partner. The plot thickened. Was Michael B. Jordan trying to buy his way into the sports management world by stealing the best female boxer alive from her longtime partner? The tension was so high that radio stations in New York and LA stopped playing Papoose's music for 24 hours, citing sensitivity to the ongoing situation. The man was being canceled in real time, not just for his actions, but for the secrets he tried to expose. Just when we thought the story couldn't get any darker, the final blow was delivered on Monday evening. While the world was focused on the love triangle, a new player emerged from the shadows. Shamil Mackey Jr., Papoose's son, who had been relatively quiet throughout his father's career, posted a single, cryptic story on Instagram. It was a black screen with white text that read, "The truth is worse than you think. He wasn't protecting her. He was protecting his bank account. Ask him about the 5 million. What 5 million? Was Papoose holding Claressa's earnings hostage? Was that the contract he was so afraid of? The internet went into a frenzy, but then came the final heart-stopping twist. A leaked document, allegedly from a top-tier law firm in Beverly Hills, surfaced on a whistleblower site. It wasn't a management contract. It wasn't a film deal. It was a paternity filing. The document suggested that a high-profile athlete was seeking to verify the parentage of a child, and the names redacted but heavily hinted at were Claressa Shields and not Papoose. The implication was world-shattering. Had Claressa been leading a double life? Was Michael B. Jordan's involvement more than just professional or romantic? Was he the one helping her navigate a secret that would end Papoose's legacy forever? As of this recording, Papoose has reportedly been spotted at a private airfield in New Jersey, looking disheveled and refusing to speak to reporters. Claressa Shields has posted a single photo of her boxing gloves on a table with the caption, "Everything comes to light in the dark." But here is the cliffhanger that will keep you up tonight. A source from the Los Angeles Police Department has just confirmed that a missing persons report was filed late Monday night for a member of Papoose's inner circle who was present at the club. Rumor has it, this person was the one who actually leaked the audio, and they haven't been seen since the fight. Is Papoose just a jealous partner? Or is he a man trying to bury a secret so deep it could burn down all of Hollywood? Why is Michael B. Jordan suddenly silent? And what is the $5 million that Shamil Jr. is talking about? This story is evolving by the minute. We are hearing reports that a major network is already bidding on the tell-all interview rights, but Claressa Shields has reportedly signed a non-disclosure agreement with a mystery third party that prevents her from speaking about Papoose for the next 90 days. What are they trying to hide? This is without a doubt the most insane, convoluted, and dangerous celebrity scandal we have ever covered. The throne hasn't just crumbled. It has been completely reduced to ashes live on the internet. But now, I need to know where you stand on this insane saga. Was Papoose completely out of line for letting his ego destroy his family and legacy, or do you think Michael B. Jordan was playing master-level psychological warfare from the start to steal the GWAT? And what about the paternity rumors and the missing witness? Is this a domestic dispute, or a high-level criminal cover-up? Drop your thoughts, your theories, and your wildest hot takes in the comments below, because you know I am going to be down there reading and replying to every single one of them. We need to piece this together as a community. If you enjoyed this investigative breakdown and want to stay ahead of every single toxic headline, explosive leak, and celebrity meltdown before the rest of the world catches on, do yourself a huge favor right now. Smash that like button, share this video with everyone in your group chat who needs to see this mess, and hit that subscribe button with all notifications turned on. We have a massive update coming in less than 24 hours involving the leaked paternity documents and a statement from Michael B. Jordan's camp that is going to change everything. You do not want to miss the next upload. Stay safe, stay skeptical, and I will see you all in the very next video.